The reason you want to own Federal, in my view, is we have the best real estate in the country, retail real estate in the country. The best locations with the highest demographics. Lots of people, lots of money to spend.
Joining me today is Don Wood, CEO of Federal Realty Investment Trust. Federal Realty recently acquired Kingstown Town Center in Virginia for $200 million. What will the final developed property look like, and do you have any plans to mirror Bethesda Row in nearby Maryland?
Let me talk about Kingstown for a minute. You know, Northern Virginia is a very important market to us, and when you think about what's happened there over the past decade or so, most recently, I guess it's Boeing that moved their headquarters there. Obviously, the big Amazon build there. Before that, Hilton and Northrop Grumman. It's a really vibrant area within the Washington, D.C. MSA. Kingstown is an important and large shopping center. It will always be, whatever always means, an important and large shopping center. We will merchandise it better. We will clean it up from the perspective of more placemaking and more consumer-friendly areas there. But it won't be a Bethesda Row. One of the coolest things I think about Federal is the diversity of product type that we have. So from grocery-anchored shopping centers, and by the way, Kingstown has two grocers in it, it's that large, to mixed-use properties, to lifestyle, to power centers. It's really about what that community needs. And Kingstown serves it well, albeit it could use some better merchandising, and we'll work on that.
One of Federal Realty's unique offerings is a specialty leasing program that gives prospective tenants the flexibility to test a new idea, create a personalized brand experience, or launch a product. How has this manifested itself with some of your more interesting tenants across the country?
Well, you know, COVID was an interesting time. Government-mandated shutdowns, et cetera. So trying to get a tenant to try something that we were confident would work, but they were hesitant because of the times, led us to more of a temporary leasing program. It has worked out incredibly well. In fact, more than half of the temporary deals that we did with some great tenants like Vince, like a number of cool restaurants like Cheka in DC, and gosh, I'm forgetting, there's literally dozens, but more than half of them have turned or are expected to turn into permanent deals. And so it's kind of was a really nice way to kind of get them introduced to Federal quality products, to be able to have less risk in going into a new situation, and the word of mouth and the ability for them to do well enough to turn them into permanent deals it's a real plus for our company.
Federal Realty is committed to sustainability and uses ESG principles to manage all aspects of its investments. Can you talk about how putting ESG first plays out for the company, even as early as the concept stage?
Love talking about ESG for Federal because, frankly, it's in our DNA. It's before the letters ES and G meant what they do today. Because of where we are, because of the type of product, the dense urban areas that we're in, sustainability is critically important. So in 2010, we trademarked something called a green box, which meant for our tenants to build out in our space, they needed to follow certain sustainability rules with respect to the HVAC systems, with respect to the quality of the materials that they used, et cetera. Back in 2010, even since 2011, we wound up putting our first electric installations on our rooftops. Today, we have over 13 megawatts of capacity that comes from our solar on the roof. So it's an important thing. So today, if you look at our sustainability report, which we just filed, and if you saw that on our website, I would love you to take the time. It's really cool. Less than 39% reduction in our greenhouse gases, Scope 1, Scope 2, since 2019. All that electric power, solar power rather, that I talked about a minute ago, and the commitment to be carbon neutral in the future. It's a real important part of what we do, but it's always been a real important part of what we do. Now we're doing a better job communicating to the world the quantifiable benefits of it.
And Don, as you meet with investors this week, what are 3 top reasons that you're giving them to invest in your company?
The reason you want to own Federal, in my view, is we have the best real estate in the country, retail real estate in the country. The best locations with the highest demographics. Lots of people, lots of money to spend. And when you go through economic ups and downs, having enough money to be able to shop is the critically most important reason. Now, when you sit back and you think about the diversity of our product types, everything from 11% of our income stream coming from residential, 11% coming from office, in our mixed-use properties, as well as over 75% being grocery anchored, having a grocery component to it. It's a very diverse portfolio in the right spots, and most importantly, we're a bargain where we're trading right now, Sarah. So that's, I think you need to be in Federal through economic cycles, and I don't know what's in store for the next couple of years or so. We will outperform during that period of time.